Welcome everyone to another Hearts of Iron 4 video. Finally, with By Blood Alone, the DLC was released yesterday, and as Italy you can finally go communist, you can have 3 flavors of fascism, and you can even put the Pope on the throne. And maybe, just maybe, we finally have a chance against Italy as Ethiopia. So let's find out. Single player, new game, 36. And now we can select Ethiopia and Switzerland in the interesting countries list. So let's select Ethiopia and let's start. And here we are as Ethiopia. Now you might notice a new country was put here. The Sultanate of Ausa with a singular color of red flag. And it actually has its own focus tree despite not existing 70 days from now. But let's not be worried about that. First let's kind of organize the army. 12 divisions will man this front and the other 9 will try to defend here. If you thought having more states which don't really have names would mean more building slots, then no, you only have one. As for focuses, we now have a large focus tree, and this time I'm gonna explore the rally around the emperor tree. I watched very little videos about this expansion and I purposefully avoided this route. I've done the reach out to the Italians route, not bad, but now I'm gonna rally around the Emperor, the King of Kings, Haile Selassie. Here is the new balance of power mechanic, where you can hold the balance between the Mekvanint side and the Messafint side. I have no idea which does what, but we will see. At 10 political power, I will recall Balcho Sappho from retirement to have a kind of good general. And I have rallied around the Emperor, which means the Emperor can stay or board the train and address the League of Nations and stuff. And I'm gonna board the train, but first I have to choose a country, which Haile Selassie will be exiled. And I will choose this time the United Kingdom. And they agreed. One less issue to worry about, as new focuses for Ethiopia that can be used while exiled in the United Kingdom. And now we can take the boarding the train focus, which will lower our surrender limit by 20%, which you know isn't good because we're getting invaded by superior forces. And the Sultanate of Ausa will be annexed by Italy any day now. So let's take the speed down because I want to march some divisions in here. Yep, it turned into Italian territory and I will try to capture some of it. And I should be able to capture this before the Italians. Yes, but the 2 divisions will most certainly lose, but I will take Ausa for now. Oh, war escalation is already at level 2. And I want to hold the north and the south for it to go to 4, because then I can buy arms from various dealers, which I heard is quite helpful. Local lord offers to raise mercenary unit. The country needs all the help it can get, which moves the balance of power to the left, and it will create a unit in state 841. Or not. Well, I will take the division. And the Emperor has boarded the train, which also means when I eventually capitulate, I will form a government in exile instead of be annexed right away. And now I will address the League of Nations. And I failed to hold both the north and the south, so war escalation is only at level 3, but eventually it will be at 4. And addressing the League of Nations is done. Hopefully they will listen to me. And I'm not sure about what these do. Let me read them real quick. Unlocks the strength and the Black Lion's continuous focus. I've never seen a continuous focus being locked. So let's see what it does. Well, we can't even see it. Okay. I'm gonna request the League of Nations to embargo Italy. Which, if you didn't know, now you can embargo other countries. You can issue trade embargo, usually for 200 political power, but it's 100 for some reason, and they needed to have generated a lot of world tension, so I don't think it will be used a lot. I asked the League of Nations to embargo Italy. I don't know if they will, but what I know is that we will capitulate pretty soon. Until then, I'm gonna strengthen the Black Lions after this focus is done or something, I don't know. Ethiopia doesn't have an elusive gentleman, they have a commander of the Fetno Darash. I totally forgot about recalling Balcho Safo from retirement, so I'm gonna do that now. And I'm gonna get some localized education reforms, which the local part won't exist pretty soon. And I'm gonna support soon to not be local road development. And we've been cut in half as soon as the guy I invited back from retirement appeared. Let's see how close we are to capitulation. 83%. And I have an advisor who makes my surrender limit plus 5%. I hope I can hold on to state 835 for 15 more days, that's this. But we estimate that the battle will last for another 22 days. That's good. Okay, because I want to escalate this war as soon as I can, and for some reason it went back to 3. Yep, I'm gonna be successful in this. Yep, war escalation level 3. Hold Addis Ababa. Well, it's been green all along around Addis Ababa, so I hope I can last for 59 more days. Let's see what that continuous focus does. Compliance growth speed in our states occupied by the enemy, negative 10%. So this will be useful when I'm eventually gonna capitulate and will become a government in exile. And I completely forgot about this. The second Italo-Ethiopian war. Let's do that. For plus 10,000 manpower, which I'm not gonna be able to use pretty soon. Yep, we have capitulated. We continue to fight as a government in exile, hosted by the United Kingdom, and our government starting legitimacy is a grand total of 5. What can we do now? Well, nothing. Well, we can do the Abuna and stuff around here, but we can't go further down this branch. So I will be doing the American radio address. I guess being a government in exile in the United Kingdom means I join the Allies, when I haven't really, but it seems I have. Next I'm gonna recruit from the African diaspora. Damn, 50,000 more manpower. Our legitimacy is growing pretty fast. Well, I can't proceed further down this branch, at least not yet, because I need to have the UK like me a bit more, so I'm gonna improve relations, and my legitimacy needs to be 50, yes. So I will be doing the Ferengi or the Patriots. Let's do the Patriots. It also unlocks a continuous focus. Wait, I'm just reading the description of the focus and it actually creates an intelligence agency. Never thought as Ethiopia I would have an intelligence agency. Italy undermines Ethiopian authority, which reduced my legitimacy to 1. 0. And my intelligence agency, the Arbegnoch, has been created, and it has a black insignia, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna organize regional revolts, which unlocks decisions for organizing rebel armies in occupied territory. And I can't even upgrade the agency because I have quite literally 0 factories. And when I did have factories, I highly doubt I actually had 5. Let's take a look at those revolting decisions. We can throw a lavish party. Yes, when your country is quite literally occupied in its entirety, why not throw a lavish party? You can lobby for support and take some personal loans. treasury plus 10. I don't know if 110 is considered a lot of treasure, but the imperial treasury is at 100 gold or whatever that icon is. I have run out of focuses on this branch for now, and everywhere else I can't take a single focus but the continuous focuses. So let's strengthen the Black Lions to make our compliance less. And now I have the appropriate amount of legitimacy to do unification of the Habesha, which will hopefully make the UK grant over lordship of Eritrea to me. So let's see if they do. And let's see if they grant us Eritrea, which by the way belongs to Italy. And I have run out of focuses again. I need to have 100 legitimacy for this, and 70 for this, and 74 for this. The United Kingdom agrees to our request. Gains claim on Eritrea. Eritrea add arranged territorial expansion, which grants control will be transferred to Ethiopia when fully controlled by ally. So when World War II kicks off in half a year or so, the United Kingdom will occupy this area anyway, so I guess it will be mine. And Italy joined the Axis and they called the German Reich and Slovakia against us. And I'm pretty certain that I can't call to arms. Yep. League of Nations Non-Interference Resolution. I could do Protector of the Somalis, which would ask the UK to hand over all Somalilands, so Somaliland when we take it from Italy, and British Somaliland, and I guess State 844 as well. But the funnier one is the Heir of Solomon, which will ask the UK to hand over control of Palestine, which is around here, and I don't know why we would want Palestine, but sure, why not? And I can finally do, after years, literally years of building my legitimacy, I can finally do reclaiming Ethiopia. And if that's done, I can make a formal request to the British government. And World War II has been kicked off by Germany, and now all the gang is against the Axis, and they actually made a puppet of Albania. Yep, here's Tevfik Mburia. And the United Kingdom is actually, and France as well, are actually not against Italy, which I don't know why. They should be in theory, but they aren't, and they're willing to finally give me 30 sport equipment. I'll take that gladly, Chamberlain. Wait, the United Kingdom really isn't against Italy, because they either have refused the call to arms or Germany for some reason decided not to invite either Italy or Albania, which I find very weird because the German Reich answered the call to arms because Italy called them in against us, but I can't call the UK in. And I can make a formal request to the British government finally. He will gain 500 experience, which I'm curious what 500 experience is. Will army experience be maxed out or what? And the United Kingdom gets event Haile Selassie ready to retake Ethiopia. Yes, very ready. Wait, on our own says can join factions. That's not allowed, but I am a member of the Allies. So we kind of are against all of the Axis, but kind of not. The German Reich occupied Ethiopia, and I have a province. Let's go. I control a grand total of 3% of my victory points. Yeah. Italy is actually making progress, which I have rarely ever seen. And German troops aren't here, so did Italy get good at war or something? That's new to me. And finally my legitimacy is at 100, which means I can request control of Palestine for whatever reason. We're making a comeback here, nice. And let's see if the UK will give me Palestine. And they haven't. How insulting indeed. And I just got this ribbon. Over the course of 2 years engage in twice as many offensive battles as defensive battles, with a minimum of 100 battles. Collect. Looks pretty good. 3 friends actually held on to Bordeaux for the past like 1.5 years. This campaign won't have a D-Day, this will have a B-Day. As soon as Vichy France joins the Axis, they will be out of here for sure. What? The liberation of Paris? What? What happened? It was only a few days after the B-Day at Bordeaux. What? How do they control all of France? What happened? And they request garrison support. I will give them 9,000 manpower. But what happened? Why do they control... What happened here? Belgium just reappeared. Will the Netherlands and Luxembourg also reappear? The Netherlands have a few provinces, or is that that is one province? The Netherlands have one province. Will they just magically reappear also? I don't know what to call this. F-Day for France. I'm still in shock, and I'm amazed at how France and Belgium just came into existence of their former selves again without putting up a fight. Well, they put up a fight at Bordeaux for 1.5 years, but they haven't liberated these lands actually, and Vichy France doesn't exist anymore, and Italy just got the Algerian desert. What is happening in this campaign? The Netherlands aren't gonna reappear magically, it seems. How many forces does France have? 164. What? And Germany has around the same number too. What? How did Poland get liberated, kinda? They are between the German Reich and the Soviet Union. This is Poland, and just how? I don't understand. How was this possible? Did the British like paradrop in Warsaw or something? I just don't get it. What is happening in this campaign? And what the hell is this? The governorate of Montenegro. Oh, so Italy made another puppet. I just don't get this campaign at all. I wouldn't be surprised at this point if Norway and Denmark reappeared magically as well. Oh, the Soviet Union didn't just take all of Estonia. Instead, they puppeted the Estonian independent SSR instead. And Italy is getting squeezed out of Africa, both in Libya and in Haile Selassie's rightful land of Ethiopia. I don't know why I don't control Somaliland or British Somaliland. I'm supposed to. Can I ask Winston Churchill here for control? No. United Kingdom thinks that handing you control of occupation would give you an unfair share of occupied territory. It is my land. Mine, not British colony. And the United Kingdom reinstated Ethiopia. So now I can actually do focuses. Let's go. I'm gonna rebuild the country first and foremost. I actually got Eritrea though, so that's something. And France actually is penetrating Italy kind of. And we're holding on to the Maginot except this province and most of Belgium and a slight bit of the Netherlands. Japan is justifying against us, but they're not justifying against us, but the Philippines, which will make them and the US join the Allies. So this will again result in an Allied victory, most likely. And I got some expeditionary forces from the UK, thank you. The United Kingdom declared war on Iceland. They like to do this sometimes and I just don't get why. Well, I don't know the United Kingdom's focus tree all that well, so it might be in their focuses, but who knows, I don't. And there goes Italy from our lands, so, and all of Africa actually. So Italy now owns no provinces in Africa, so I will send my glorious Ethiopian army to France and I will help them capitulate Italy. And Japan declared war on the Philippines and the United States joined the Allies. So we have a giant on our side. Iceland has capitulated. They haven't joined the Axis, it seems. And I don't think I can do anything to them. Add demilitarized zone. I'd like to make all of it a demilitarized zone. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do anything here, so I'm just gonna confirm an exit. The Iceland and the Dominion of Australia have signed a white peace. And everyone else did as well, I guess. And they haven't joined the Allies. Weird. And I reached the bottom of this tree, where I can do 4 focuses, well, only 2 are available. Create faction African Union, unlocks decisions to increase resistance and boost autonomy gain in African countries. Well, I would like to win against the Axis first. Pan-Africanism, unlock decisions to invite independent African countries to the Organization of African Unity. Well, I'm not certain that independent African countries will exist over here. Wait, I just noticed. Where is the balance of power? Focuses say the balance of power moves either way, but I can't see my balance of power. And Poland got recaptured. Well, they holding on pretty good in Vosges, but they're as good as dead again. Italy actually went the route I did in the last video where they wanted the Balearic Islands, these insignificant islands right here for some reason. I only did it for the memes and the AI did it because, yes. Portugal actually joined the Axis a few days ago, despite them being unaligned and barely having any fascist support. So I don't really get why, but if that's what they want, and in a year's time, actually less than a year's time, nationalist Spain will also join the Axis. What the hell? Iraq joined Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. Yeah, because the United Kingdom declared war on them, but they usually join the Axis, not the Japanese faction. Yeah, we just have a cum stain of a country here. Mussolini was deposed a few days ago, and I haven't yet seen who he was deposed by. I'm guessing Italo Balbo, but we'll see. No, the Grand Council of Fascism, so it can still be Italo Balbo, or let me quickly see who else it can be, or Dino Grandi. And Italy just had a civil war while me, France and the United Kingdom were conquering them. Repubblica Sociale Italiana fractures into civil war. Here's Vittorio Emanuele III, whose portrait was 10 times better before by blood alone, and here's the Italy led by Mussolini. And they actually have this little branch for the civil war. And So does Victor Emmanuel's version of Italy. And actually the King's Italy is a puppet of the United Kingdom. Mussolini's Italy is a puppet of the German Reich. Defeating Italy will be even more of a breeze like this. I only noticed just now that I'm completely out of manpower. And hey, a medal. Nice. So I'm completely out of manpower and I can't replace the Citet because the balance of power is on the wrong side, because the balance of power cannot be at the Mesophyntine power range, and I can't control it because I can't see the balance of power anymore for some reason, so I can't expand the Mehal Safari, which would replace the Citet with volunteer only, and I can manually replace the Citet, so yeah, I will have problems with manpower, but thankfully I have a faction to help, and the Socialist Republic of Italy has almost capitulated, and the Kingdom of the South, which I assume Regno del Sud means, but correct me, people who speak Italian, in the comments. A gold medal for a grand encirclement. I encircled 30 divisions apparently. Well, I and my allies did. And the Socialist Republic of Italy is about to capitulate, and Victor Emmanuel III is about to take over. There they go. The Repubblica Sociale Italiana has capitulated, and we actually got stuff from them. And France just kind of occupied this. They don't even want to become independent, it seems. Wait, Regno del Sud is actually a minor. But why isn't the monarchist Italy also a major? And Poland is still holding on in Łódź. Just that single province, and Germany can't break the Polish forces, and actually they haven't even started Operation Barbarossa at any time. This border has been like this since 1939, and the UK is calling back their expeditionary forces. Well, that's too bad. I will have one division available to me. And there they go, I only have one division. I actually have 2% war participation. That's gotta be enough for at least Somalia. And I don't even have one division. I completely run out of manpower and divisions. It's 1945 and Operation Barbarossa still hasn't commenced. But while the struggle in Europe, because this front line isn't really moving, has been going on, Japan has been invaded, but not by the United States, but instead by the United Kingdom. It seems like in this timeline the UK does everything, and hopefully they can take Japan, but it doesn't really look like they will, and I still have no divisions and barely enough manpower for one. It looks like some American divisions are coming to Japan to help out, which the 9 British divisions certainly need. Japan is 87% towards capitulation. Yep, they can't man all this. 2 divisions got encircled up here, and the rest is almost entirely occupied. And Japan is very close to giving up the fight. Even China is making somewhat of a comeback, but they will take all of this pretty soon. And that's what a surrendered Japan looks like. They are 100% towards capitulation, and they only hold on to Korea, and they still hold Kyushu, but let's wait until midnight, and there goes Japan. Let's see if I can do something. Well, I still don't have any war score in the 25th turn, so I will just confirm and exit and see what happens. Yep, China gobbled up all of this, and someone liberated Korea. Someone changed the government of Japan, so we now have a democratic Japan and an American puppet of Japan and also a Chinese puppet. Oh, it's actually a communist Chinese puppet. Iran got what I like to call the Yugoslavia effect, and the Marinara Federation was also liberated. And Poland still isn't giving up. In 1946 they still hold only Łódź and nothing else. While I was looking at Japan, only like this region of Austria was occupied by Yugoslavia, but they making a nice bulge into Germany. And the Soviet Union finally declared war on someone after Finland, on Shanxi, because reasons. And now the Soviet Union will soon be fighting the entire Chinese United Front. And they declared war on Yunnan as well. Yep, they are against all of the Chinese United Front for whatever reason, which includes Chinese Japan also, which now my war participation is down to 1%, but I have contributed about 2%. Oh, so the Lend-Lease I received from various countries actually decreased my participation. Good to know. And Liberia joined the Allies. Let's take a look at the faction map. Yep. The Allies have about 3.5 continents, I would say, and the Axis has like a quarter of Europe or something like that, and we can't ignore this little splash of the Allies, the 27 Polish divisions defending Łódź. I love how the democratic Japan is guaranteed by the German Reich. And the Soviets are actually making progress into China faster than I thought, with Xinjiang's capitulation a few days ago. That they're regaining, kind of. But I'm guessing either Shanxi or Xibei Sanma is next, because Mongolia borders them and the Soviets can just march through them. And the Soviet Union declared war on Iran, which means the Soviet Union will... Oh, the Republic of Iran hasn't joined the Allies. Okay, then my CPU can breathe a sigh of relief, because the Soviet Union won't be against the Allies. At least I hope the Republic of Iran doesn't join the Allies. I want Japan to join the Allies though. They would be of nice help. The Republic of Iran instead joined the Chinese United Front. Well, it's kind of logical, because the Soviet Union was, prior to the declaration of war against the Republic of Iran, the Soviet Union was actually at war with the Chinese United Front, so it makes sense, kind of. And they already occupied most of what was Manchukuo. And now I have divisions, actually, a whopping 4 divisions, which I hope I can get those real 2 percentage points of war participation back. What the Xinjiang, Iraq. Oh, because Iraq joined the Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere, and when the UK and the US defeated Japan, Xinjiang puppeted Iraq. I just noticed that when France magically reappeared in its territory, they didn't get back their normal focus tree, and they still in 1948 have the Free French focus tree, not the French focus tree. Also, Italy kind of wants to get independence now. I'm guessing because they have run out of focuses to do mostly. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but it's 1949 and we just cannot push the German Reich back. You can see how a clusterfuck of divisions are in Europe trying to push back any border they can, but we just can't. Look at this, we just constantly lose our offensives, and sometimes lose our defensives in Yugoslavia, but we can hold this border with the German Reich, and I just don't want to sit here until 1960 or something. Ethiopia has recovered Eritrea, not in a peace deal, but still we have Eritrea, and I'm gonna end the video right here. You can see how all these divisions are in pretty much a stalemate, so even the Soviet Union is struggling against the Chinese United Front. Xinjiang has become uncapitulated, and they took a bit of Mongolia here and there. Spain still hasn't joined any faction, and neither did Japan. And actually in 1947 the United Kingdom held the Imperial Conference, and they still haven't formed the Imperial Federation. And there's a capital here on the Kuril Islands, because it's a puppet of Shibei Sanma. And most importantly, the 31 Polish divisions are still valiantly defending Lodz and nothing else. One British division once pushed the Germans into this province, but they were pushed back right away, so they can only defend Lodz and nothing else. This was honestly the most fun I've had in a campaign this long. Ethiopia was not easy but very fun to play. So I'm gonna end the video right here. Ethiopia has recovered Eritrea, its rightful land, and that's what matters. So I'm gonna end the video right here. I really don't want to wait who knows how many decades for Germany to be defeated. We have uncapitulated. The Emperor Haile Selassie, King of Kings, has returned to his throne, and that's all that matters. In the next video I will put His Holiness Pope Pius XII on the Italian throne and will try and fail to restore the Roman Empire. And until then, subscribe if you found this entertaining, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye everyone.